apparently, Epic Universe, some of the rides are staying open. So if the park closes at 9 o'clock, some of them are staying open till 10. I've had numerous people message me and say that when they were there, park closed at 9, rides were still running till
Oh.
10. And apparently, this is something that is sort of happening, but it's not being announced.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, so apparently some of these rides like Dragon Racers Rally, Fire Drill, Hiccups Wing Gliders, Stardust Racers, all said they're closing at 9, but they stayed open until 10 o'clock.
So didn't close the line or anything?
They
You
would
could still
hit.
get in line?
It would say at capacity.
Okay.
So some of them, like Ministry of Magic at 9, did say at capacity. I think Hiccups did as well. So some of them, the
Okay.
more busy ones, they were saying at capacity. They weren't allowing more people in, but other ones were allowing people in. So
Okay.
I've also heard some reports too. Some people are saying on the days they've been there that the early morning access is including other lands as well than what is
Okay.
advertised. So I think what Universal is doing is just actively tweaking with hours and things and seeing how things flow. Because I do think they're still trying to figure out flow of this park. Because obviously this park has some, it's not at full capacity yet.
Right.
And they're already having these insane wait times. And obviously Universal wants more people to come into the park. And you're going to have to figure out some of these issues to get that capacity up to make more money. So I think that's part of it as well.
Well, I think it's very interesting. And like we kind of talked about this in the Disney show. And I can make this parallel because I feel like both Disney and Universal are going this way, is that they're scaling back the amount of rides they do in one area. Both places are doing this.
Yeah.
So like with Epic Universe, the most of attractions we have in one land is Isle of Berk, right? 4?
Yes.
Okay. And 2 of those are very, very kiddish rides. And then, Nintendo World has 3, Yoshi being like a very kiddish ride. And the other two have 2. And then Celestial Park has 2 as well. And it's like the norm is becoming like, okay, let's do a land that's very themed very, very well, but we're only going to do 2 rides.
Well, yeah, and like a lot more of the budget obviously goes to the theming of those lands and things, I'm sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
And it's more cost effective to not have to build more attractions.
Yeah.
I get that. But I think what you're talking about, like Epic Universe still like gaining its, capacity levels and like getting up there and they're still having problems with wait times. It could have been solved better if there were more rides in the park.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
also
one more ride per land.
It's also a question about the park is laid out very differently than other theme parks. And that was a question going into it about like these portals, like is this a good thing for crowds? If you look at the actual amount of attractions, I mean, there's just as many here as there are at, say, Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And there's more than, say, Animal Kingdom. I think some of it just comes down to how the flow is with this park